G'day everyone. I thought I've actually been thinking about this video for a few weeks now, just working out how I was going to put something together and that sort of thing. What I guess I wanted to let you know is that whilst most of you probably know me and know my channel and all of that sort of thing as a theist, I'm no longer a theist. I am now an atheist. I no longer hold any belief system in the existence of deities or anything like that. So just to clarify, I'm not saying that I have taken on a belief system that deities do not exist, just so I can circumnavigate some of the confusion that's often out there when it comes to definitions. All I'm basically saying is I no longer hold to a belief system where any sort of deities are real and that they exist. Just to give you a bit of an probably the best way to think about belief is it's not something that I'm convinced of. It's nothing that I hold to and say, yes, this is my evidence for the existence of God when I was a theist. I'm not basically holding to any particular evidence that God doesn't exist or anything like that. It's a bit like this. Here's a nice glass of Kilkenny, which is a very nice Irish beer. And I want you to try really, really hard, and I want you to believe that this is an elephant. Okay, so let's just try that for a second. It's an elephant. It's an elephant. No, it's still a glass of Kilkenny. Belief for me is not something that I choose. I can't choose to believe something or choose not to believe something. You either wake up in the morning and you believe something, or you wake up in the morning and you don't believe something. It's a non-belief, like, you know, it's been said time and time again, it's like, you know, not playing tennis is a type of sport. I basically just, I don't believe in any deities. I don't hold a theistic belief. So please don't misconstrue that or misrepresent that in any way. Now, in terms of YouTube, I guess, I came to YouTube, what was that, about 2.5 years ago now, really from a point of view of just to show a different face to what I perceived as being the predominant voice of Christianity on the internet, which is within the whole scope of Christian beliefs. There was really a more vocal sector, which was a minority, which was the extremist fundamentalists that would, you know, hold to any sort of doctrine and try and justify and misrepresent the things like the age of the earth, the scientific evidence, what science is, evolution, chemistry, physics, cosmology, geology, basically every field of science. They would misrepresent it, and that I obviously, as a Christian, I didn't agree with that stance, but I didn't see much in the way of Christians out there actively saying anything against that, or also just putting that viewpoint out there that that's not necessarily what all Christians accept and believe. Now, I expanded that at some point to also deal with some of the specific tactics that some of these fundamentalists were using with regards to censorship and those sort of things. So I obviously got involved in a lot of the DMCA type of approach. But I've been thinking, okay, now that I'm an atheist, what does that mean for, I guess, the future focus of the DJARM67 channel, and I'm not really sure, but at this point I think, well, I'm actually toying with the idea of doing some sort of series or something like that. I know there's been a lot of deconversion videos out there and those sort of things, but I think I've got potentially something to offer which may be a little bit different in terms of my deconversion story is going from an atheist situation to a theist, and I became a Christian sort of in the early 90s, so I've been a Christian for quite a long while, in pretty much a fundamentalist environment, and how I tackled that with my own sense of beliefs and what I could see going on, to the point where myself and my wife were basically held leadership positions in a fundamentalist church for a period of time, and going through that process of what happened towards the end of our tenure in that particular fundamentalist church, how we went through the process of leaving the church, and to the point where I woke up one morning and went, I just don't believe this anymore. So then having to come to terms with what that means for me and my family, the way I do things on a day-to-day basis. So I'm sort of toying with the idea at this point, whether it's for the benefit of everyone or even if it's just for the benefit of me in terms of being able to just crystallize in my own head that process that I went through to become a Christian, to the process of getting out of that situation. So look, there's probably a lot of subscribers that I have that subscribe because I was a Christian, and I encourage you guys to hang around. Hopefully I've got something interesting to say. For those of you that have already been atheists or whatever that have subscribed, well then I guess you'll find some of the new stuff very interesting as well. But I thought I'd just like to share that with you, and we'll see where this journey heads now. Alright, thanks.